Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. Um, we look for different television series to watch, and my wife was not a huge fan of this one, but I was, and I'm going to do a series review on it. It's called New Tricks. It's a British cop show, basically. What it is it's kind of like the old cold case files thing. They have a number of different programs with that genre, and what it is they're using new technology to solve old crimes that never got solved, unsolved cases, and it's really well done. They work in a an organization called UCOS, Unsolved Crimes and Open Cases Squad. The UCOS they call it. And what it is they took the lady that was in charge took old retired because they didn't have the resources or the budget to put actual cops on it. So they took a bunch of old retired detectives and they put them on the case and let them do their thing. And it's really good. A lot of good actors in there. A lot of good plots. The writing is good. It had 12 seasons. They in England they call them series. I had 12 seasons from 2003 to 2015, and it's based on the old adage: you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And it's really good. Lots of humor, lots of great character development. The plots are good, the story's good, a lot of deadpan humor. It's just the story arcs are good, and it is hard hitting. There's some really good, powerful episodes. Okay, it's not just humor and people running around solving crimes. There's a lot of realism. It's a crime drama. So it's a lot of good stars in here. Sandra Pullman is the boss. She's played by Amanda Redman. She got the job because of a bad PR thing where in the course of a raid, she shot a dog. So they had to get her out of the limelight, so they put her over there in charge of that. Brian Lane is played by Alan Armstrong. He the again, I'm going to stress the character development here. This guy was wrongfully drummed out of the police service because of an incident that happened. He was an alcoholic, and he still is to a degree because they say you never recover from it. So he is fighting that now, and in the course of this, he fights it again. But his nickname is the character's name is Brian Lane, and they call him Memory Lane because he never forgets anything. An eidetic memory doesn't do this guy justice. He literally doesn't forget anything. I don't know. I can't explain that, but that's the case. And the guy, Alan Armstrong, is a really great actor. He does it well. Then there's Jack Halford, who's the senior person on the squad. The actor is James Bolan, and he's really good. He joined because he wants another crack at getting the person who killed his dead wife. So there's ulterior motives for most of these people joining. Jerry Standing, he he needs the money. He's got a gambling problem, and played by Dennis Waterman, who sings the opening tune. It's all right. It's even though you're getting to the end of the day, it's a good song. You got to hear it. Dennis Waterman is one of the all-time great singers, and the character Jerry Standing is my favorite of the bunch because they're all good. Don't get me wrong, but this guy, he's a womanizer who respects women. He's contradictions here. He's a gambler who doesn't cheat. He's and he's not addicted to the point to where he still protects his family. As a grandfather, he protects his family. It's it's really well done. You have to watch this series. I cannot promote this enough. It's really good. Now, of course, these characters being old, and what happens when a series runs a long time is the actors and they get tired of doing it, or in this case, the actors are very aged and they want to move on to something else, but they get tired of doing it, or maybe they can't do it anymore for whatever reason. age afflictions, medical situation, that kind of thing. So they had to replace the entire cast bit by bit up, through a period of time. The new boss was Sasha Miller, played by Tamsin Oathwaite, Outhwaite, and she's a good actress. Nothing wrong with her. But once she joined, it kind of went down a little, But that happens with a TV series. You can't get around it. It was still really good, though. Steve McAndrew, played by Dennis Lawson. Dan Griffin, played by Nicholas Lyndhurst. He is my favorite of the new ones because he was the guy that replaced Brian Lane, and he was very, very similar to him. Good memory, that kind of thing. But he did a lot of deadpan humor. And there was one scene where there was a group of people there, and one of the people came out to physically attack him, and he goes, "Hold on," and he puts his clothes on, and the guy attacks him, and he gets his neat little joint lock. He's got him on the ground, and he looks around and says, "That's right, I'm bad." It was hilarious. You gotta watch it. It's good. And the last guy, Ted Case, played by Larry Lamb. All these people are good actors. There's not a bad one in the bunch. And the series overall is fantastic. I don't like the way that it ended, but a lot of that was I didn't want it to end because it was really good. The ending, I think, was a surprise for all of them, and they kind of rushed the ending. But other than that, it's a really good series. The one character, Jack Halford, he's the oldest one of the bunch. He's the one that had the dead wife, played by James Boland. There's a scene with him where he's going to talk to some people, witnesses, and there's a bunch of teenagers around playing video games, and he's waiting on the person to show up to talk to him. And the guy says, "Well, that's a weird video game." And the guy says, "Well, you want to play?" He goes, "I'll give it a try." So he picks it up, and being a cop with all of his training, he wipes the floor with him. It's hilarious. He never picked up a controller in his life. But anyway, my point is, this is a really, really good series. I highly recommend it. Given that the cast was exceptionally aged, I doubt they'd be able to do a reunion of it anytime soon, or anytime, I doubt. Furthermore, given the lack of talent in modern acting, I don't think anything like this could ever be done again. Well, maybe. In 20 to 30 years, you could get some actors that are currently acting that are good, because there's a few of them out there. And I made a wish list, as it were. Benedict Cumberbatch could play Jack Halford. He could do that. He's not... Yeah, he could do that. Benedict Cumberbatch can do anything. He's really good. David Tennant, I would love to see him play Brian Lane. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe Benedict Cumberbatch could play Brian Lane. That might be even better, because he does quirky better than David Tennant does, I think. David Tennant is more cool. Cumberbatch is more quirky, but, so we got Benedict Cumberbatch playing Brian Lane, Memory Lane, and we got David Tennant playing Jack Halford. I could see that. Martin Freeman, because you have to have Martin Freeman in there because he is so good, and he would be a brilliant Jerry Standing, the womanizer gambler, steps outside for a smoke, that kind of thing. And there's a number of good young English women who are really good actors. Stacey Martin, Sophie Kennedy Clark is a couple, and there's a number of them that are really good. For some reason, I don't know why it is. I think there's more good British female actors than male actors, but that's just me. And it's a good thing they did this in England, because I don't think they could do it today, because there aren't very many good American actors. Let me tell you, that's my opinion, of course. The actors could be replaced, but those other ones are. I think that would be a pretty well set. If you could do those three actors in a series like this in 20 or 30 years, it would be well worth the watch. I don't think you'd waste a minute watching that show. They are the cream of the crop in British theater today, and are the equals of any actor in the world. They're really good. And in conclusion, this is a very good series. I didn't want this to be this long, but it's a very good series, and it'll probably never be repeated or renewed or rebooted, because very few actors today have the talent to make it work. So if you get a chance, I think it's on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. That's where we saw it. It's called New Tricks. I highly recommend it. Check it out. If you enjoy cop dramas like the Cold Case Files, things like that, I think you'll really enjoy it. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.